Welcome back to Survive or Thrive Challenge. This is week 20, so we have 7 days to go. What an amazing journey. I've learnt a lot. It has been challenging. We've called it a challenge. When in the early days when people go, oh, so how long is it for? Like 20 weeks? I go, 20 weeks? I'm like, yeah, it's meant to be a challenge. It's not just like, oh, the 8-day, eat some broccoli. So here we are. We've got one week to go.
Yeah.
So...
yeah, no, I would definitely agree with Daniel. It has been a challenge. Like even this morning, I didn't have enough eggs to cook anything. So I had to go out and collect some this morning. Then I'm like, what am I going to have for lunch?
Yeah.
Okay, I better get something out of the freezer. So I got something defrosting. So it's just all that. I guess you get so used to having convenience foods just sitting there. You've got to think so much further ahead.
Yeah.
And just be prepared, else you go hungry or...
Yeah, for sure. So so next week we'll do the inventory, because part of the challenge, if you just joined us, we had about 980 kilos of livestock or meat available when we started. We want to do the challenge and finish with that amount or more, so we couldn't just eat all the livestock on the farm. So next week we'll sort of bring it to a conclusion. We'll do an inventory, and I think next week it'll be good if we can sort of write down some of our learnings. So someone can come to us and say, okay, I want to grow my own food. What are some things that we've learned? Next week we can share the inventory and share some of our learnings, and a bit of a reflection over the last 20 weeks or 5 months. So, but this week we've still got a week to go. So we've been shopping. Let's talk about the shopping. So we got $1. So how it worked, the week 1 we got $20, and then $19 and $18 and $17. So because we're at the last week, we get $1. If you've ever been to the supermarket and said I can only spend $1, there's not a lot. I thought I was going to get a can of beans, but they're $1.10, so I'm like, I can't do that. And I even went in the chocolate aisle. I'm like, well, maybe I'll just get a chocolate. There's not many chocolates for it. They've got to be on special. So I end up going to the Scoop and Weigh and got 95 cents of dried mango. So that's what I got with $1.
Have you already eaten some?
I have already eaten some.
Okay. I was going to say, it doesn't look
side
like
note, do you know how Evan said about this morning that you didn't know what you were cooking for breakfast? So normally I like to have a bit of meat for breakfast, but I was a bit the same this morning. I was like up a bit later than I wanted to be, and I had a bit to do, and I just cooked 4 eggs, which were all right. But at the moment I'm hungry because I didn't plan to go, right, let's defrost something and I'm going to cook this or cook that. So in the last 10 minutes I have eaten some of the mango, because to be honest, I'm looking for some convenient food right now, because I don't have sort of another 20 minutes to go collect some eggs and go cook like a secondary omelette. Yeah. So that's been part of the challenge.
Definitely. And for $1, I got a packet of pasta.
Packet of pasta.
You can get a packet of pasta for $1. So I don't normally eat. I haven't been eating any pasta over this challenge. So
okay,
pasta with maybe some mince or something.
Yeah,
deer mince.
Yeah, we've got some mince from that deer. So cool. Random item. Yeah. So this is the very last random item. What's going on here? Are you some
looking right?
Oh, right.
Right looks bigger.
Oh, hope it's something awesome being the last week.
Yeah.
Oh! Fresh strawberries! Am I happy? Yes, I am.
I reckon I've got blueberries then.
Oh, I can smell it. They're beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh, we've got some berries. Wow, well done. Thank you for the people behind the scenes that are shopping for us. And this week, being the last week, they've got some fresh stuff. I'm excited. I can smell them. I don't know if I can normally smell them, but probably because I haven't eaten strawberries for so long, my body's like going, eat me. Eat them. So that's our... We've been shopping, that's our random item. Any update? Or have you cooked anything interesting?
Yeah, I did cook something interesting. I went camping with my kids on Friday night. and I grabbed 2 bags out of the freezer. I knew they were deer, but didn't know exactly what was in them. And I grabbed a little thing of all-purpose seasoning. So the first night, it turned out to be mince, which was alright. So I cooked up some mince and put the seasoning in, and it was really nice. Then the next day I had some deer chops, which sort of chunked them up a little bit, and all-purpose seasoning, and came out really good.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, cool. I've been eating a bit of that deer, and it's really flavoursome. Like it's a bit tough. I haven't slow cooked any. I've just like cooked up as chops or whatever. But even my wife said it's like some of this like tastes like lamb. It's just which is really, I think, unusual or unexpected, because he was such a big deer. It wasn't like sort of a young deer by any means. Like he could be a 3 or 4 year old stag, but just got beautiful flavour. I'm just really enjoying just eating a bit of deer. I had a bit of mince last night, so I haven't done anything too interesting with it, but just enjoying sort of the different flavours.
Yeah.
So
I think the funny thing was the kids were like, "Oh, what are you having for dinner, Dad?" I'm like, "Deer." "What are you having for breakfast?" "Deer." "What are you having for lunch?" "Deer." There's one answer. That's all I've got.
Yeah. So not a lot of variety, but still good. I don't think we've got any other updates. But yeah, next week we'll obviously bring it all to a conclusion, and a bit of inventory and reflection back on 20 weeks of eating what we grow. Right now, this is the final challenge.
Yeah.
Let's go to that now. Okay, so for the challenge this week, we're going to try and catch some eels. We've got a lagoon or billabong or something here. The water's actually quite clear. We've had a bit of rain. We do know there's eels in there, because during a drought we saw some dead eels, and a while ago you caught an eel. What was that, like over a year ago, a couple of years back?
Yeah.
So we have caught eels. So our challenge is to see if we can catch an eel, and then if we do catch it, we'll probably decide the next part of the challenge of how we're going to cook it and eat it.
Yeah, I guess this is a bit of a untapped resource which we haven't really tapped into yet, so we thought let's give it a try and make it a bit of a challenge.
Alright, let's get this trap in. So this is an opera house style yabby net, which this net must be at least 20 years old. It's caught a few yabbies and eels in its day. We've just got a chicken bone in it. If you've never seen one of those, you're about to see why it's called an opera house net.
It's probably more like 30 years old.
Yeah, Evan says it's probably more like 30 years old, which is probably true. We've had it a long time. Okay. And here's a tip: when you throw it in, make sure you hang on to the other end of the rope, because then it's a different sort of challenge. Just to show you before we throw it in how clear the water is, you can just see into the water. We've got beautiful clear water on this farm, because we've just got some of it's wetlands, but there's a lot of reed. So I think before the water arrives on the farm, it just gets filtered out a fair bit. So hopefully some eel will smell this in the next 10 or 15 minutes, and we'll have an eel in this net. So go for the throw. There it goes. At a guess, it's got quite a bit of visibility. This would be about 3 or 4 meters deep, I'm guessing.
Well, I don't reckon it could be 2 max. Looking at that, I think I can see the chicken bone. It might even be less. It might even be like 1.5. I can see that.
Yes. Okay, 1.5. There was a section of this which seemed quite deep in the drought, but maybe it's okay. So anyway, yeah, the visibility, we probably can't pick it up on the camera, but we can just see the outline of the trap. So hopefully something can smell the chicken bone. Let's wait and see.
Okay, let's see what we've got.
So it's probably been about 40 minutes or something, and we've got nothing but a chicken bone.
Nothing but a chicken bone.
We just want to check it regularly in case we get a turtle or something. We don't want to drown it. But all right, we'll throw it back in and we'll come back a bit later.
Okay, we're just going to try and pull this net in again and see if we've got something. And nothing. Okay, let's see if we've got anything. Nothing again. Okay, we're going to test it again. Let's see if we've got anything. Still nothing.
We checked the trap a couple more times and then we finally pulled the trap out in the dark of night and we didn't catch any eels. So that's the end of that challenge and that's the end of this video. See you next week for the final conclusion of Survival Thrive.